Welcome back to this NIMBY Rail series. Today is the 10th episode in a series where we are going down the list in alphabetical order. Today is G for the Great Western Railway, so let's get into it. Right, so to start off GWR, what we're going to do is we are going to come all the way over into Paddington with a lovely Elizabeth line train just chilling in the platform there. But what we're going to do is we are going to just use this little line up here, and we're just going to bridge across all of these bits here. And just curve that in just there for now. And then from up around about, what I'm going to do is here, I'm just going to curve off and come over across something like so. So at least the two tracks don't hit each other, and we can also just come straight through. I don't have to annoy the Elizabeth line at all. So we're just going to continue coming straight through, Acton main line here. And then over here we'll be eating Broadway. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just curve this out just like so. And also just move this a little bit closer to the Elizabeth line like so. So at least we can go into the station. So at West Ealing I'm going to put in just another platform here for a branch line that we're going to be using for the GWR. So we're just going to just put this up through like that for now. But we are just going to use this entire line here. And we're also going to curve off and just continue going all the way down. And just squeezing through that gap. Past that Elizabeth line train. And just basically make our way through. So here we're just going to go underneath the station across like this. And then kind of come through this gap and then go 3 wide here, then come underneath the Heathrow Express branch there. I'm going to come through and I'm just going to put that into West Drayton. So West Drayton, Ivor, Langley, Slough, Burnham, Taplow, Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading we are all stopping at. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in between Twyford and Reading, and I'm just going to make a curve off, and this is going to be used for one of our branch lines that we are going to put in today, but we're not going to focus on it just yet because this will be used for our Basingstoke branch that we will be putting in. So we're just going to do something just quite like this, and then just so at least we can switch between each section. And I'm also going to just do something like this. So after Reading, what we're going to do is we're going to be using the top line here. So we're just going to come straight out like so. And we're just going to try our best to skip past all of the stations here. So I'm just going to put us into there because it seems like there's already at least some bits where we can bypass. Like I'm going to put in an extra one just over here. Oh, that's a bit tight, but we could always just put this all underneath. Put it back into the line. And this one we go straight past. And from here we're just going to come into Didcot Parkway just over here. I'm just going to put in 2 platforms for now. And then this will be the one we will be using. And we're just going to curve that into there. And then from over here, we're also just going to have something like this. So at least we can go through this top line through into the station as well. And then from Didcot Parkway, all we need to do is just follow this one rail line all the way into our next station of Swindon. And it is just direct service straight there. So we don't need to worry about stopping at different stations on the way. So we're going to be coming through across this section in. So we're going to need to tunnel under this section here. So we're going to go into a tunnel there and then come straight through this junction. And then coming up over here will be Swindon Station. So I'm just going to put this in around about in here. So from here, we're just going to come back from the line and just add in that first section and then this bit into the second platform. So we'll be going up there shortly, but not just yet, because we will be continuing going down this line towards Bristol. So without further ado, we are just going to come straight through towards Bristol Parkway, which we will be pretty much hitting fairly soon. So we're probably going to come up this. So we're going to come up and through along this section here. And through this gap here. And then come straight through, like so. Start curving around down. And through this section here. So I'm just going to put this in through this section. And kind of curve this through something like this. And then come all the way along this section up by this nursery. And then come all the way through to here, through that entire pit of emptiness, and then into there. So from here is a straight line into Bristol Parkway, but what I'm going to do is just going to have a little branch off the line, and we're going to just use this section of track, which will put us coming around all the way through here. And then this bit here will be our next station of Patchway. And now from here, we're just going to continue to follow this route. And I guess just tunnel underneath everything here. And then come back out of the tunnel. And then continue going all the way up to here, where our next station will be. So this here will be Pilning Station. So we're just going to put that into there. And from here, we're going to come out of the station. And then pretty much continue to come across, and from here we are just going to bridge. So from here is basically just one straight line into this section here, where we will just be turning on a curve around this corner and then into this section here. And then from here we're just going to follow the current Transport for Wales / Cross Country bit into Cardiff Central, skipping these two stations out. So we're going to come all the way down into Cardiff Central. I'm just going to opt to use this one for now. So we're just going to continue following along. And hopefully the bridges won't need to be bridged. Just like this. Gosh, look how fucking simple my life is. That I don't have to put in any bridges. Over actual rivers that do need bridges. Ah, peaceful game, peaceful. So from here what I'm going to do is, because there's so many bits of like feral water about, I'm just going to put these like this because I can see where the line goes. So I'm going to come up through like this, and then this won't like it, but I will make it like it just like this. And then something like through this. We won't be stopping here, that's why the station is already built. But just like this one, the next one, we will also just be coming straight through. Like so. And then just like this one, the one that we will be approaching, we have also just put in because we don't stop there. Thank you Transport for Wales for your stations. And from here, we are going to come into Bridge End. So I'm just going to put in the station along through here. And then I'm just going to come through, kind of going backwards on myself here, just because sometimes it's just easier to kind of pinch yourself and then be like, right, that is the way it goes. And that will just work like this. So our bridge end, we are going to continue, and we're just going to go bridging across this bridge here, over the river. Don't know why you would bridge over a bridge that isn't actually there, but we're just going to curve and just keep doing curves across this area here, and then we're going to just come underneath the main road here, and we're just going to come curving up and through something like this. I'm also just going to quickly make this bit a little bit faster, like so. And after here, we are going to come straight across, just with no hesitations whatsoever. And then come flying up this line here. And continuing along, and then into the station just over here. And then this one will be Port Talbot Parkway. So from Port Talbot, we are going to come straight out, and I doubt that the game will enjoy me trying to go over that on the ground. But just like this, we are going to come straight through like so. Come straight through Station 2. And we're also going to be coming around this entire bend into Britain Ferry. And then we're also going to be coming around all the way through here. And up over here to Neath Station. So we're just going to bring this all the way over down into here. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come up onto a bridge just next to this road here. Basically come curving all the way along through here. And just following the back streets of Swansea and all of its dodgy areas. And we will also be just following this section up here. And tunneling underneath. And then into the station there. And after this, our final station here on this line will be Swansea. So we're just going to tunnel underneath all of this. And then come following all the way across through here and just tunnel underneath. And then from here, we're just going to kind of curve our way through like so. And in this spot here will be Swansea Station. So I'm just going to put in 2 separate platforms for now. And then through something like this. And up here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tunnel this underneath just like so. So now we have the entirety of Paddington to Cardiff and also Swansea done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the Swansea to Carmarthen shuttle. So we are going to come out of Swansea Station, probably using this track here, and we're going to come all the way up into this tunnel here, and then we're going to curve around this section here and through just like so. So we're just going to rush straight through this section here, and then opting to stay to the left. So going straight on, and then coming up here into this station here, where we will be just going straight past it for now, just by doing something like this. So then from here we will be just curving back into the line, because from here we will also be stopping at every single station. So we're going to bridge over there and just come following through and up on this viaduct, and going through underneath this small road here, and then just straight through, and then in right here. So now we're just going to link this up with the line, and we are going to continue going through the line. So that is what our first station to Carmarthen. So we're going to follow the coastal route over here, and then just bring ourselves into this gap just in here of Pembury and Bury Port. So then just going to connect that up and continue on our way. So continuing on the line, we shall now just continue going straight up like this. And then in this gap over here will be our next station of Kidwelly. and then through like that. Now after here, I am just going to need to bridge across this entire section because the game will not let me at all. So we will now be coming back through this holiday park, just through here. So now we're just going to follow the beach along here and then into this station of Ferryside right here. So through there. And out from Ferryside, we then go to our final destination. So we just continue kind of coming across through like so. And then up. And in this spot right here will be our final destination of Carmarthen. And from here we will just continue just coming across through here. Oh no, there. There is also an extension from here to Pembroke, but luckily for us, we will not be doing that because that is a regional route and isn't actually on GWR's official list. So now here what we're going to do is we're going to do the Paddington to Bristol service. So we are going to come all the way down to Swindon. So from here what we're going to do is we are going to be curving off the line just like this, and we'll be going towards Bristol. So we're going to just continue coming through if we can. You know what? Simple strategy. Just tunnel underneath it. So now from here, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put that through there. And then come through here. And into this space just through here. So from here, I'm just going to put in the station of Chippenham just in the middle of the gap there. And continue up like so. So from Chippenham, all we're going to do is we're going to continue coming straight through down like so. And then we're just going to continue basically our curve around through and then up. So from here, we're just going to tunnel underneath the MOD. So we're just going to continue our tunnel along through this section. And from here, we're just going to come curving around here and then basically just follow this entire road here into Bath station. So just curving around this section, and then over here will be, so I'm gonna shove in a curved station just in through here. So this bit will come through just like so, but I will also need to move this in like this and drag that through something quite like that. So with that said, I'm just going to continue putting this fucking roads through, and I can hit that. Get fucked game. There we go. Draw like that. Cool. And then this will continue going straight through. So right here will be our next station of Oldfield Park, although I may want to take off curved buildings. And just quickly remove this section so we can actually put in the station just here. So just through like so. So now what we're going to do is we are just going to continue just going through and just coming out through here. Then we're going to tunnel underneath the main road. What a shocker. And then we're just going to continue going through up towards our next station. So just through here and then into this spot right here, and this here will be Keynsham Station. So from here, we will just continue going up straight past this motocross and then coming through this section all the way through here. Of course, yep. Got to love it. And then we will be bridging up across all of this and then curving down into platform 1 over here. So now with that line done, we're doing the Paddington all the way over to Exeter. So we will need to come all the way over to Reading, more specifically Reading West, and come all the way down between that and Reading Green Park. And over here will be the line that we will be curving off from. And from here we will go to our next station and bridge across here. And then come through. So we will come straight through, and over here will be our station of Feel. So we'll just come straight through like that, and we will be leaving as soon as we get here because I don't want to be anywhere near here. So we will continue just coming straight down. And over here will be our next station. I wonder what station this one could be. I wonder. It's not like it was in the name or anything. Totally wasn't. And then we're also just going to come straight out from here and move on to the next station of Wolverhampton, which is just in here. So we'll now just put that in through like this, maybe even make it a little bit quicker through here. This station is actually called Midgham for zero fucking reason, considering this place is called Wolverhampton, but it's named after this place for some dumb reason. GWR, please start making some fucking sense, please. Would be quite appreciated. But we will be continuing through, and over here will be our next station of Thatcham. And we'll just move that into there, just like that. So after Thatcham, we're just going to continue up to our next station. So we're just going to bridge across this section here. So the next station will be Newbury Race Course, which is right in the spot here. So then this will just come round like so, and then we will be coming into Newbury very shortly. And when I say very shortly, I mean it's right here. So after Newbury, all we're going to do is we are going to go and bridge over this. Yippee, who would have guessed? It's a river. We have to bridge over a river. And it appears to my knowledge that we're bridging over yet again another river. Oh, would you look at that? We're also bridging over the tiniest river known to man. Oh, you know what? Fuck this shit. There we go. It's just one way of doing it. So we're going to come all the way over into Kintbury over here. So just going to rename it like that and do something like this. Oh, yippee, would you look at that? It's not even in the right spot. Here we go. Yes. Just something like this. Oh, yes. Let's go. Woo! And then we are going to continue to cross over every single river known to man and continue up this line. So we're just going to bridge across this section here and go through, up and into our next station of Hungerford right here. Just like so. So we're just going to change the station to Hungerford and we shall continue on the line. So from here we are going to continue on the section and hopefully get further and further closer to not bridging over. So we're just going to come all the way down. And in the spot right in here, we will be placing in our next station of bed. The bed doesn't win anything. So, with that being said, oh yes, marvelous, yes. Spectacular. Oh yes, there we go. That will work. Just fucking amazing, yes. So now we shall continue on our fucking trip through the absolute dog end of the middle of nowhere. It's so beautiful. So from here we're just going to bridge across this tiny little shitty fucking river. A little bit too early, but you know what? Who gives a shit at this point? And we're just going to come around the river and just come straight for this section here, which will be our next station. And just in like that. I fucking hate this station. This station's weird. Why have a W in your name? Makes no sense. So our Pusey, now we are going to go to our next station of Westbury. And we are just going to come straight in a line, just following this little section through here. So through here, I'm just going to curve around down through here. So now we're going to continue just absolutely going completely south, and then we're going to kind of like do our massive U-turn like this and go neom. And then we're just going to start curving this way and just go on an absolute straight line tangent like this. Let's fucking go. Get the fucking maths out. Or you can get the fucking maths out and let's go. Fucking get both of them out. Let's do maths whilst on math. Let's go. So through up into your mum, your actual mother, through this tight curve and straight into the station here and straight into your mother as well. Wait, what? Who said I didn't say that? So now then we're just going to put that into there. And what we're also going to do is we're going to take a curve from here and just do this bit, because this is going to be the... So this section here is going to be the fast line, and then it's going to curve up to the actual main line back over here. So we're just going to do something quite like this. Bomb. So we're going to come fully out of Westbury here, and we're just going to start curving around. And this section here is going to be where the main line continues. But very quickly we're going to be curving off completely from the main line here. And into here will be from station. Oh, when someone said, ugh. And then just putting this into there, and then just fixing this by moving the station back a couple meters, just like so. And from here, this will just quickly go across, and then bridge over there, and then through back into the main line here. So we're going to take the main line here and just continue like this, and at least do something like this. Cool. So from here, we are just quickly tunnel underneath, put that back on above ground, and we will just be following this section through here all the way to our next station at Bruton. So just something like this through the tiny little gaps. We do have a collision with either a road or a bit of water, but we will be fixing that in a second. We also have our second one just there, but that will be fixed just after we put in this station just here. So this one can be fixed just by moving slightly over, and then same with that one just there. So now we're going to come out of the station and kind of guess. So we're just going to come across this section here, and then come all the way over across and into Castle Carry Station here. Carry, the same shit. And then we're just going to link that up just like so. So now from here we can focus on our final stop. Well, not our official final stop, but our final stop on this section of the line, because we've already put in the Taunton to Plymouth, so then we will have to move down to Plymouth. But all I'm going to do is just move all the way down through this section here, kind of loop our way back up slowly, do something like that, so at least I don't have to put in it in a tunnel, back around, down, then through Somerton here, then along here. And the question is where that looks like it gets rolled though. Then crossing through all of this. I had a feeling that won't work because quite clearly it's a massive river. So then I'm just going to put this through up here and then through there. So maybe something like that. And then just bridge over and then slowly but surely curve our way down through here. Then this will basically mean we are in the main line here, coming all the way down into Taunton. So we are all the way over at Plymouth. So firstly what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this along here and just put that in through there and do something similar to there. And I'm also going to just use this platform here and come underneath all of this and out through like that. And I'm going to do something similar like that. So now we're just going to bring this across through here and up to our first station of Devonport. And we're going to curve up like this and then tunnel underneath all of this. And then up here somewhere and up through here will be our next station of Dockyard. And then continues through like so. And then we're going to come up. And this station here will be Keyham. And from here we're just going to move up like so. So up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in our station over here. This one will be Ferry Road. And up here will also be another station, which will be coming all the way around like this. And kind of up this branch here. But we will not be doing that just yet. And this one will be Victoria Road. So we're just going to continue on with our branch. Oh, well, no, never mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with our branch. So we're going to bridge across the Gunner Snake branch, and we're going to continue across here and bridge all the way across the river over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this just like so. And then just put the station back to where it is. Like so. So now from here, all I'm going to do is just completely follow this line, because our next station isn't until quite far away. So I'm just going to move that, and then we're going to get back onto the main line. I pressed it twice and it still didn't fucking put it above ground. So here we're going to bridge all the way across this. And then come all the way back down, and then start to bridge back over. And over here will be our next station of St. Germans. Just in this spot through here. And then we will continue on. Kind of, nearly, hopefully, like so. And then this here will be our next station of whatever this is. And we will also need to move the station up a little bit just so we can get this in there. And now we're just going to follow up this line to our next station. And then this will go in just something like this. And then just like that. So now we're just going to leave that for now. Going to come around this corner, and we're also just going to bridge above all of this and continue on. And we're just going to continue to follow this line all the way over to Bodmin Parkway, which is quite far away. But we will just try to make it there in one piece. That is if the game will allow us to first. And this, in this gap here, will be Bodmin Parkway. How long is that station? So we're just going to make the station a little bit smaller, like so, and then link it up with that. So now we shall continue around this entire section here. I'm just approaching up to our next station just in here. So just quickly do that, and like that we are done. And can go on to coming across here. So we are now just going to completely just come all the way down to Par Station now, where we will be returning in a little while just to do the branch line of it. Same with Liskyard as well. But we will just be coming straight down through here, where Par Station will be just here. So now we're also just going to continue to go through and bridge across every single little tiny river over there, despite the fact I could literally walk it across it, but sure. So we're just going to move all the way through to our next station of St. Austell, just across here. And it will be just next to this bus station, just here. And now from here, we are going to make it to our next station of Truro. But firstly, we will need to come all the way around every single bit that gets into our way through here. Which seems to be every single little bit that just isn't clear. So we're just going to continue going straight through like so. You were liking that a second ago. So we're going to quickly bridge over these and then come flying all over across here. So we're going to make it through this section here and then through this gap. And then tunnel underneath this little road. And then come across. The fuck? So we're gonna move our ways into this tiny little crack through here. And then we're just going to tunnel underneath all of this bit here. And basically just stay in a tunnel all throughout. And then come into Truro Station just in here. And that will just move up through there. And then this will move down through here. And what is that hitting on? Nothing. So this section here will be the main line going towards Penzance. And this section here we will be returning back to later on, because it is the branch line all the way down to Falmouth. So we're just going to move kind of through this gap here, kind of just forcing our way through down into where we're actually meant to be. Like right here. So we're going to move up this bit. And then up through this section. Just going to bridge over it because I know just for a fact it will not like that. So we're going to come across through here and then kind of curve back on ourselves. I'm going to go across. Then I'm going to come across through like this. And right next to this just here. And then just tunnel under there and continue on. Then just through this gap that I see here, we're just going to put in through here. So through this little section and up towards our next station of Redruth. And also what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in a curved station. Just like this. And then just make sure the platform is a lot smaller. Like that. So now we're going to come back up onto the ground and just go straight past Camborne Hospital over there. And just come all the way up through here along this line. And then through this entire section here and coming up to Camborne Station just in here. And then just link them two up. And from here we are slowly but surely going towards Penzance. So we're just going to move across here. So I'm going to guess we kind of curve down just like so. And kind of curve back around like so. And then kind of in through here. And then this will take us through here and into Hale Station. Which I'm just going to put in like this. So we're going to go back and just fix this little issue there. So that's all good. And from here, we can now continue going straight through as far as that would work. And bridge over there. And over towards St. Earth Station here. So we're just going to make this a little curved platform across here. So just going to move these two just a little bit closer to each other to make it 200 meters, just like so. And now finally we can come all the way through, just down like so. Nearly just like so. So now we're going to be curving along through here and right next to the promenade right here. And this will take us straight into Penzance Station just over here. So I'm going to put in one station just in here and the other one just next to it. Getting rid of that bit. Renaming, then maybe even just moving this one slightly like this. Just so it's kind of like this. And then this bit curves and in just like so. So now with the Paddington all the way down to Penzance done, and technically Cardiff as well, we are now going to do the Paddington to Oxford, but that's already done because of the cross country. So we will now be doing the Paddington all the way over to Great Malvern. So we're just going to come all the way over to Oxford. So there's Oxford Station there, and we're just going to come up to here. And we're just going to take this bridge and just bridge this across just like so. We're going to be moving this side. So we are now going to continue our line through up to our first station on this branch, and that will be Hanborough just in here. So we'll just link that up and continue on. And then our next station afterwards will be Combe Station just here. So we're just going to put that in like so. So now from here we are just going to continue up to our next station. So I'm actually going to move this along through here because the station will be right in this spot here, and this will be Finstock Station. So now this will just continue across like so, just like that. And then it will also go back over just like this to the next station of Charlbury, which also does a similar thing of like ducking over the river constantly. So we're going to have a tiny bridge across it and just like that. So now we're going to come out of Charlbury just like so, and we're going to come on this wild bend around to our next station over here. Oh, that is definitely not the name of the town or even the station as a matter of fact, but this one will be Ascot under Whitewood. And from here we are going to come around like this, and in here will be our next station of Shipton. So we're just going to put in something like this. So now leaving Shipton, we are going to be curving towards this way and just continue going straight up like so. And this will take us straight into our next station of Kigham in here. And now from here we are just going to also kind of continue going up. So we're going to curve this way, kind of tunnel underneath this bit, and then kind of stay going straight through across here and up through here and coming into Morton in Marsh, which will be here. And then from here we will just link this up into the line we have for the minute. So now the next station is quite far away, so we're just going to eventually come to the station. And then now we are approaching into Honeybourne Station. Just like so. And now our next station after this will be Evesham, and it is just coming up past this bridge over here. And the station will be just in this spot here. So now we just link this up. So now we are going to leave the station and we are going to go towards our next station of Pershore. So leaving Lower and Uppermore, our next station will be up here. And in the spot here will be Pershore Station. And then from Pershore we are going to come to our next station, which we have already built in during the cross country. So we are going to be coming around all the way and into Worcester Parkway. Oh, and there is actually a cross country train in the platform just there. So we're going to leave just like so. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put in a curve of track just like through here, because we will be using that bit at some point soon. But we will be continuing up this line up to Shrub Hill, which you won't know where it is until you get to this little massive gap here. And that's when you know you are at Shrub Hill. So I'm going to put in 2 separate platforms, one going into there and one going in there. So this will be Worcester Shrub Hill. Now for us, what I'm going to do is we are going to be curving off and going this way. I thought that would have generally worked then, but apparently not. And into here will be our following station. So we're just going to link it up just like so. And this will be Foregate Street. So we're going to stay just underground for now. And then pop our head back out over here. And we are going to go straight. Oh, no, not straight. Now straight to our next station of Malvern Link. Hopefully. We will see. And it doesn't appear so because this road is having a bit of issues. There we go. So with that being said, I am now going to continue going all the way down. And this section here will be Malvern Link Station. So it's going to come around. That's somehow hitting on something. Oh yeah, actually kind of makes sense. So we're just going to move that slightly over a tiny bit. And then just into a tunnel underneath the park. Then out just like this. And then into here, which will be Great Malvern Station. So now we are going to continue down this branch all the way over to Hereford. So from here, it does look like we go into a tunnel just up to here, where we are going to come around and come into the station just in here. So the station here will be Colwell, or Colwall actually. And after this, the next station will be Ledbury. So we're going to continue on down this entire line to our penultimate stop. So we will just be needing to tunnel underneath all of this bit here, coming up through here, because this here will be Ledbury Station. So I'm actually going to just remove that for now and put in Ledbury Station right in this spot. So let's see if this will work perfectly. Cool. Then I'm just going to move that somewhat like that, so it actually kind of likes it. So now the next station on this line will be our final stop, and that will be Hereford. See, I knew that would work. Perfect. This, however, oh, what? I actually will. Okay, never mind. Just not expecting that to work. Or that, to be fair. But that, I just knew it wouldn't work. So now we're going to be curving down into Hereford from here. So now we're going to come around this section and into the station over here. So now that is the Hereford section done too. Now the next branch we have to do is Paddington to Gloucester, but because we pretty much already have all the way over to Gloucester done, so all we have to do is we just need to do this branch line coming all the way across here and into Gloucester station just through there. But what I'm also going to do is just have this separate track going into a separate line there. And then also having this line come across like that. So now that we have all the main Paddington services done, we can now start doing the branch lines off the main line. So we're going to come off West Ealing here, and I'm also just going to very quickly remove those two bits because I will be adding in Drayton Green Station just in this tiny gap here. And then up here will be our next station of Castle Bar Park. So on here it's spelt like this, but on the station it's spelt like that. So from here we are just going to continue all the way up here, all the way up to our next station of South Greenford. So now we're just going to link that up, and then we're going to just move this all the way up around here into Greenford Station in this spot here, which would link up with the central line between Perryvale and Northolt. So now the next one will be between Slough and Windsor and Eton Central. So we're going to just come into this brand new platform that I've literally just built in here, and we're going to be straight curving off the line and bridging across here, just like so. And in this spot here will be Windsor and Eton Central. But also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the station slightly down a bit, just so that curve is a little bit bearable. And I'm also just going to put in this like so, so at least we can run trains through that platform too. Now the next line we're going to be doing is from Maidenhead. So we're just going to build in a brand new platform at Maidenhead, and then we're just going to instantly curve off from here. So we're going to go up here, and our next station will be just here, and this will be Furs Platt. So just putting that through there. We're going to continue going up to our next station of Cookham. So the station will be put in here. So we're just going to now come through nearly enough through just entirely like that. So now from Cookham we are going to continue all the way along into the station of Bourne End. The station is actually really that small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove both sides like so. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have a curve off just like this. And we are also going to just have one single track coming along this line. So this will curve through into there. Because there's only going to be one train coming down this line at any given point, I'm not going to put in any of the signals to say, oh yes, this is only going to be used by one way. So the station will actually be all the way over here. And I'm just going to get rid of one side of the station. And it's going to come straight across through this section here. Now we have that section done, we can now move over to Twyford. Because I'm going to put in another platform in just in this spot here. Which is also just going to be kind of used like this. But this will be going underneath all of this because of the station already being in that spot. But I'm also going to just put this up through like so. So this line will continue going up through this section here. So we're going to go all the way through up here to this spot here, which will be Wargrave Station. So now we're going to leave the station and we're just going to be bridging up across all of this. And we're also going to be bridging across this tiny bit. And in this spot will be Shiplake Station. And now continuing this line, we go to our third and final station all the way up here, which will be Henley on Thames. So So the station will be just in this spot here, but I might actually have to remove that bit before I put it in. Just like this. So we're going to start off at Reading over on this branch, and we're just going to curve off this section. And we are going to come following all the way down here, which will be GWR and SWR only. So we will be skipping through Early Station, which is kind of alright because we're not going to be stopping there. So we won't be early. We will also be skipping past Winnersh Triangle and coming into Winnersh. So we're going to put in Winnersh Station just here. Firstly, you need to move that bit, but then put in the station there. So now we will be going straight towards Wokingham. So we're going to be curving round through underneath here and into Wokingham Station just in this gap here. Now we're just going to come underneath here, just going to do as far as this bit for the SWR because that will go through Bracknell and into London Waterloo eventually, but we will be continuing down this line. So we're just going to continue all the way down into our next station of Crowthorne, which will be right here. So that will just link up there. Now after Crowthorne will be Sandhurst Station, so we're just going to come around to this corner where the station will be. So we're just going to move this slightly over a bit as well, just like that. And then we're going to continue through to our next station of Blackwater. So now we're going to come out of Blackwater and we're just going to be coming all the way down through here, past Blackwater Shopping Centre here, and into our next station of Farnborough North. So now we're just going to continue down this branch, and slowly but surely we will come up to our next station of North Camp. So we're just going to link these two up like so, and fix whatever issue this is. That hit literally nothing, but sure. Just going to move this slightly over. Just move them slightly over. And now we will be going to our next station, which involves us coming around this corner here and into Ash Station. So now we're going to link that in. So now after Ash, we are just going to continue coming around this bend here and into the next station of Wanborough here. So now from here, all we need to do is just make sure we get into Guildford the correct way, and we're going to be approaching it from the north. So we're going to come around the uni of Surrey here, and come all the way down into Guildford Station over here. So we're just going to be using this platform here, seeing as we just came off that line there. So now from here, all we need to do is just come into a tunnel, just going nyom all the way over to here, and then just coming across through here and curving off the junction to go towards the London side here. And here will be our next station of Shalford actually. So link them up, and the next station will be Chilworth, which will be all the way over here. So now we are just going to be slowly but surely making our way towards Red Hill and Gatwick, which is still quite a way away. Haha. So we're just going to continue all the way up here. So coming around this final bit of bend, and just up through here will be our next station just here, and this will be Gomshall. Gomshall? Who cares? It's in the middle of nowhere anyways. So we're just going to come around up this bend, coming all the way up towards this bend, and then bending once again over to here. And in this spot exactly, might need to remove this, but over here will be our next station. Can you guess what it is? It's Shit King West. So now we're just going to curve round and up through here into the most ridiculously named station, which is located just here, and it'll be called Dorking Deep Dean for some dumb fucking reason. So we'll continue and over that bridge, and we're going to come all the way across through here, up here, and to our next station. Oh, that's a bit close. Of Bitchworth. So just going to link that. And now we're going to come round. And all the way through we go. To Reigate Station over here. So we're just going to put that through in like so. And just like so, we come to our final section of this little bit. And we turn left to go up to Red Hill. But now we also have the Reading to Red Hill and the Reading to Gatwick done. So now all we need to do is the Didcot Parkway to Oxford Shuttle, which literally will not take long considering this is what it is. Comes up here. So we're going to just come across through like this into Appleford Station here. We're also just going to curve back in, and then we're also just going to curve straight back out to go back into this station here, and then come through just like so, and come up towards Radley Station here. So now after all of that, we need to do the Cardiff all the way down to Portsmouth Harbour. So all we need to do so far is come all the way across this line and come over to Patchway Station over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve off the line just here. And then we're just going to come along this section here. And we're just going to come into Filton Abbey Wood Station here. And then we're not going to merge back onto the line because we are going to also be coming down to Stapleton Road here as well. And just like so. And from here we're just going to continue to Lawrence Hill Station just here as well. And then I'm going to stay like this, then kind of curve us in. And all of these platforms here are all linked in at Bristol Temple Meads. But what I will do is just make a separate bit coming off, so at least we can come down this line as well if we need to. And from here, all I'm going to do is just curve back onto the main line here and then turn off by Nailsea over here. And then just continue coming down here and back onto the line. And then down here, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to curve off the line just like this. And then this one will continue going down towards our next station of Keston. Of Yatton, actually. Same shit. And here we're going to tunnel underneath the main road here. And just kind of make our way through and into Wall Station here. But we're going to come out and kind of connect up onto here. And we're also going to curve off the track here. So we're going to go to the first stop just over here, which will be Western Milton. So that will link up there. And then we are going to come along down here to Western Supermare just over here. So we're going to have a curved platform just in this space over here. Something just like this, and then just make sure that the platform is not as big as it needs to be. So then we're going to adjust this to 200 meters like so. and just adjust these like so. And then we're going to just shove this all the way down through here and back onto the line. Now we've done this bit, we're going to come back over to Bristol, because I'm going to put in this little switch track just here and have this curve around and up through there. So now we're going to be following this line and we're going to be coming out from Bath Station. So we're going to come up to here and we're just going to simply enough curve off the line from here and then just follow this middle bit all the way along through here. And then also bridge across these. Just like so. And now I'm going to come up through here and our next station will be Freshford just here. So just do something like so. So now from here we're just going to come across and bridge across everything we see along here. Just going to see if... Nope, we cannot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the station just in this spot here, but just using a bridge the entire way. So this one will be Avon Cliff Station. So now we're going to just continue coming along this section here. That was a little dumb from my end there. And then we're going to just come across this river here. We're also just going to have our next station onto a bridge because it does cross this river here. And then this would be Bradford on Avon. So now from here we're just going to bridge across everything here and then start going again. So then we're just going to continue and then going over a bridge once again. So it's going to curve down this side. So then we're going to need another bridge just going across and then curving around once again. And just in the spot here will be our next station. And this one will be Trowbridge. So we'll just quickly link that up there. So now we're just going to continue through the town of Trowbridge. And then from here we're just going to continue all the way along down through this little gap. And then start curving along. And then this will take us into our next station of Westbury. But I'm also going to move this slightly back just so that will work. So now we're coming out of Westbury. We are going to be curving off the track just like here. And then we're going to tunnel underneath that line. And coming across. And our next station will be here. And this will be Dilton Marsh Station. So just going to link these two up like so. And then continue along. And then our next station will be Warminster just here. So now our next station will be Salisbury. So we are just going to make our way all the way over there. Just by moving that a little bit over so that will work. So we're going to bridge over that river. And just over that one too. Although the bridge will not span that far across it. So then we're going to bridge across this one too. And then we're going to come across through this gap. And then bridge across here as well. And then curve around through this section here. It does kind of surprise me that all these towns here don't have like a rail line, because SWR also runs across here, so I would think that SWR runs the commuter lines across here. Actually have stations along there, but they don't. So we are now approaching into Salisbury through here. And Salisbury station will be just here. So we're going to have one platform there and then another one here just for SWR as well. So we're just going to curve that in through there and then also have this bit coming up, which will be our line, and then this bit will be SWR line through into Salisbury as well. So we're going to come up across here and we are going to be bridging across all of this so far. And then we will be coming through this gap and turning on ourselves. And then moving back towards this way, towards Southampton direction. So here we're literally just all going to go straight through like so, with the little exception of bridging over the river and bridging over it once again. And then over here we will need to build our station above ground because of the river right here, but this will be Dean Station. So now we are going to continue along bridging over this river once again. I won't need to do it there, but then our next station will be just over in our direction towards here. But firstly we do need to bridge over here and then continue our way through and bridge up across here once again, because this here will be our station. So this will come in just in handy here. Just need to move that slightly like that. So then the station will be Mottisfont and Dunbridge. So now we are just going to pretty much make our way directly south towards our next station. So this will go literally exactly down south like so. We're also just going to bridge across all of this. And then tunnel underneath here. And then bridge over that river. And come into our next station here at Romsey, which we'll also need to bridge over for that canal. So maybe even moving it something like this. So this one will be Romsey Station. So from here we have two places to go. We can either continue on up through there, through Chandlersford and Eastleigh, or we can come this way towards Southampton Central. So from here we are literally just going to come straight all the way down. Bit strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this track here and just put it underneath all of that, just like that. So at least we can go straight over. Redbridge Station will be used for SWR services, so we will then continue coming straight through into Southampton Central, which I'm going to use just this other platform here. But firstly, before we do anything, we are going to come up back to Romsey, because we need to put in this section of the GWR as well, because it does indeed use this bit for fast services. So we're just going to move that slightly over. And then come towards into Chandlersford Ford Station just up here. So we're going to bridge there and come all the way through. So then we're going to bridge across and then through like so. And then here will be Chandlersford Station. So I'm going to do something just like that, so it actually fits perfectly in the gap, and then we will be continuing this into Eastleigh. So coming around this bit and then through into Eastleigh Station here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back up all the way over to Eastleigh Station, because we are going to be curving off the line and going down here. So our first station will be Hedge End Station, which is located just in here. So we're just going to put that through. So now our next station will be Botley, so we're just going to come through and into Botley Station here as well. So then through like that. And then the next station after here will be Fareham. So we will literally just come all the way down this line. Of course, that wasn't going to like it. And then through, just like so. Through Frontley. And under the M27 here. You can tell my local knowledge is starting to kick in at this point. and then Fareham Station will be just in this spot here. And then that will be up towards Eastleigh, and then this will be the branch line that we will be doing now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come back up to St. Denis, and then we're just going to have this curve off through here. And then we're just going to come through this section up onto a bridge. So over here will be Bitton Station. So now following on from Bitton, we are going to be curving through around and up to our next station of Walsall, which I'm going to just put in as a curved station just through this section. So we're going to do something like this. Maybe even just have that direct through there. And then move this bit back. And then that through like so. So now we're going to continue off from there, and we are going to go to our next station of Sholing, which is just here. And then up there, but we may have to just move this slightly to make the game actually like it for a second. So then just tunnel under that, and then continue through. So now we're going to just continue coming through Newtown here. And then just come through Netley Abbey around there and into a Netley station just here. And then in through there, and then we shall continue on to our next station. So our next station will be Hamble, and it will be right in this spot here. So we're just going to put this something like that. Just basically trying to squeeze it as much as I can. So our next station will be Bursledon, so we are just going to continue coming up through here. And then the station will be between these two roads just here. And then we shall just put this maybe on the other side like so. So now we are just going to come over the viaduct across here. And then we're just going to continue coming straight through down to our next station of Swanwick, which will be located just in this spot here. So now just link that up, and now we can head towards the next station of Fareham. We will come straight through along here and in like so. So from here we are going to continue our way through. I know for a fact this is all on a bridge, but tough shit. I probably should have actually done this over a bridge, but oh well. Our next station will be Portchester, so it is going to be coming straight through along here and just over here. Cool. So now we are just going to continue our way straight through to our next station of Cosham, which is located right here. So we're just going to fix that a little bit, and we're going to now turn towards Portsmouth Harbour. So coming over this entire junction here. So our next station will be Hilsea, so it's going to be right here. So we will now continue all the way down here, down to the curve here, which will be Fratton Station. So it will be something like this. So we're just going to do something like this, and this will be Fratton Station here. And then all the way over here will be our next station of Portsmouth and Southsea. So we're just going to put in 4 platforms at the station, which will be Portsmouth and Southsea. So we're just going to continue this up to where our tracks were. I'm also going to just have that separate bit going in, and then this bit will continue through up onto a viaduct, and then this bit here will be our final station. So we're going to have it like this. And then this one will be Portsmouth Harbour. But I am also going to put in extra platforms here as well. And now with the line between Cardiff and Portsmouth Harbour through Southampton and Eastleigh both done, I would say we need to do the Cardiff Central all the way down into Taunton, but because we have built this little bit going through into Bristol Meads and also connected up these stations and Weston-super-Mare, that bit is now officially complete, and that will also mean the Penzance bit is also done. Next would be the Taunton to Weston-super-Mare, which as you can see is already complete as well. So next for us will be the Bristol to Severn Beach over here. So we'll be coming back all the way to Bristol Temple Meads. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all of these bits just like this. So this bit will come through into there and also through into here, like so. So from here, Bristol Temple Meads, Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road are all complete. So we will need to come down to here and just curve off through this section to go to our next station. So here we will need to just tunnel underneath all of this. So here will be the next station, which I'm just going to put underground for now because of this section here, like that. And then this station will be at Montpelier, just like that. And then next station after that will be Clifton Down, which is just over here. And I'm also just going to put this as a curved bit of station, like so. But I'm also going to just have that go into a tunnel. So this will be Clifton Down. And I'm also just going to make the station a little bit shorter here. Just like that. And then we're going to stay in this tunnel up until this section here, where we are going to come through. Next station will be here of Sea Mills. So we're just going to put that across the entire harbour. And then put that through. And just do something like this. So now we're going to come through to our next station of Shire Hampton. So that will be just over here. So I can put that just bang on in that spot. Nearly. The keyword is nearly. And there we go. Now the next station opened just this year on the 1st of August. And that will be Portway Park and Ride Station, which is along this little section of the Severn Beach section. So through here, we are just going to continue up to the next station of Avonmouth, which is just here. So just like so. And then we're going to come around this corner and up. Just here will be our next station of St Andrews Road. So we're just going to link these two up. And then we're just going to continue our way through. And hopefully not just doing dodgy little roads like that. So we're just going to continue all the way through. Up like this. And then this right here will be our terminating platform at Severn Beach. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the Gloucester to Weymouth branch done. So we need to come all the way down over to here. So what we're going to do is we are going to curve off the line through here. So we're going to go all the way down through this branch here. And make our way into Yeovil. So we're going to skip completely past through everything. So we're going to go through. So now coming up to Yeovil. So we're just going to put that through like so. And then cross. And then in this spot just here will be the station we are looking for of Yeovil Pen Mill. So then we're going to curve round and then fix this issue here. So now we're just going to come out of Yeovil and then we are going to come straight through and continue going on the east side. And we're going to come all the way down into Thornford right here. And then we are just going to come around this corner here and come into our next station of Yetminster. Just like so. So now we are just going to continue through to our next station of Chetnall. So we're just going to come straight through, and down here will be the station. So just like so. And now we have a little long way to go to our next station. So this bit we are going to come through Hollywell just like this. And just follow the line through. Just like so. And then come along through here. And then over all of this here. And then into the next station just here of Maiden Newton. And then from here the next station will be Dorchester West. So we're going to just follow through around here. And then come through underneath all of this here. But I'm also going to just move this bit back. And then come through towards Dorchester here. And then tunnel underneath the roads and the river there. And then move our way through. And then through underneath all them. And then the station of Dorchester West will be here. So I just need to quickly come up and link them. And then come through just like so. And then our next station will be Upway, which will be just over here. And in this spot over here. So just like Dorchester, I'm just going to make my way back through the line just so I know whereabouts to go. That was liking it and now it isn't, so I'm just going to do something like that, and that should just like it a little bit more. Okay, number one, I'm just going to tunnel it underneath. And then we are going to come into the final station of Weymouth. So Weymouth station will be in just this little gap here. So we're going to get rid of that bit and then continue up through here. How does that like that? But we now have the Gloucester to Weymouth done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the Swindon to Westbury branch. So we are going to come through Chippenham. And we are going to come around about here. And we are going to curve off the line. Like so. And come into this gap through here. And come along like so. And then over here is going to be our next station of Melksham. So we're just going to curve that up through there and then come straight back out like through here. So from here what we're going to do is we're going to actually come down along through here and come across this river just around here and come through Staverton here and then come into the line there, and that will go into Trowbridge and Westbury station there. So that's that branch done. So now we are going to come all the way down to Exmouth into this spot just here. So now from Exmouth we are going to continue, not for long, and we are just going to come along this entire section, and we are going to just come along through here into this bit here on top of a bridge. This will be Limpstone Village. So we're just going to have this along through like that. And we're going to continue along this section into over here, where this bit here will be a station for the marine base just here. So we're just going to link them up and go to the next station, which will be just along here, which will be just here. So I'm just going to remove that bit and also extend the station just slightly and then link the two up. So now we're just going to continue on like so up to here, where we are going to bridge over this. going to come along through here, and over here will be our next station of Topsham. Just like that. And then we're going to continue along, and we're going to go across the M5 here, and then into the next station of Newcourt. And then we're going to continue through up here, because over here will be the next station as well of Digby and Selton. And now I'm going to go up around this entire bend, and then along through up here to our next station of Poleslow Bridge, and come around this bend and along to the next station of St. James's Park. And then over here will also be the next station of Exeter Central, which we will be just using the main line for here. And I'm just going to tunnel this out like so. Do something like that. And then use this bit to come into Exeter St. David's like that. And then also have a line going through like so. So now we have the bit going into Exeter St. David's. We also need a bridge going up through here. And then that will allow us to use that track all the way down to Newton Abbot, where over here we will be curving off the line here, going underneath all of this like so, and we are just going to continue coming straight through this section like so. I'm also going to quickly come up here, just fix that, and then come back all the way down, because down here will be our station, and just in here. So I'm also just going to do something like this, so it's max speed coming out, and from here comes down into Torquay Station here, and then through, and then around and through into what will be Paynton Station over here. So then that will be the station just here. So now we're just going to link these two up, so that will be that branch done. Now that we have the Exmouth to Paynton done, we can now move on to the Exeter Central to Oakhampton branch. So we shall go on from Exeter St. David's, and specifically up here where we will curve off and come all the way along there. So we're just going to come through along here, and then along this entire section here, and then along, and here will be the first stop of Newton. So now we're just going to curve that in, and then we're going to come along out from there, bridge across here, along and through. Oh, you're taking the piss, I can't just go over that. That's dumb. And just here will be the next station of Crediton. So I'm just going to try shove it in that gap. Like so. And now we have a long route all the way over to Oakhampton. So I'm just going to shove this along through here. To move that slightly out. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to come all the way over to Oakhampton. And I'm going to come down to the station just here. And I'm also just going to work my way back from down there. Just so I can kind of get an idea whereabouts to go. So I'm just going to come through across like so. So I'm going to come up through across here. and then come around this bend here, and like that. So now with all of that done, I'm now going to just curve up this way to go up to Barnstable. That's it. So we're going to come around just like this, and then come along, and then across here once again. Then up here will be Cobblestone Station. So just through something like this. And actually I'm going to come back over here because I did actually miss a station just here. And this one will be for this town just in the spot over here. So now we're going to come across like so, and along here, and our next station will be just here. And this one will be at Morchard Road. So I'm just going to link these two up, but also just move that down to there. And then I'm just going to come around here and do something like this. And the next station that we will be stopping at will be Lapford, and it's right here. So now what we're going to do from here is we are just going to pretty much be right next to this road the entire time. But from here where we're going to come across and then come back over and kind of like go in between them constantly. So we're just going to come around like this. So this one will come around and just bridge all the way across around. So the next station it will be right here, and it will be Eggsford. So we're just going to put Eggsford in here. Like so. So now I'm going to come all the way around and then bridge across and around this little section here, right next to the road. And then we're going to come across here and then along straight through this tiny bit here. So now we're going to continue just like this up until here, which will be our next station, which will be whatever that is. And then we're going to come across this road and go all the way across here by bridging over as well. And then we're going to come all the way through this gap and coming across like so. And then just over here will be the next station. So I'm going to just put this over to the side a little bit. And this one will be Portsmouth Arms. So we're just going to come over and bridge across that once again. And then we're going to come across and also bridge across here. And then we're going to come all the way along. And we're also going to bridge all the way across there. Come through this gap. And then come through along here, up on a bridge. Just like so. So actually I will be on the other side of the river just here. So we're going to come all the way along here. And the station will be just up here. So I'm going to put this along just here. So delete that and then just put this through like so. And then we're just going to come over and bridge across the river once again. So now we're going to come all the way across through here. And this just here will be our next station of Chapelton. So now we will just go straight through like that. And continue just going all the way straight. And then bridging across all of that. And then we will be terminating in just this spot here at Barnstable. And then just get rid of that. And that is that route done. So now with the Oakhampton and Barnstable branches done, we can now come all the way down into Plymouth. And we're going to come all the way down into St. Bordeaux Victoria Road. And we're also just going to use this line. And we're going to come up through here. And we're just going to come all the way along through here, just doing absolutely nothing for now. And we're going to start turning towards the right, and then we're going to bridge all the way over that. And then bridging all the way over here. And then coming around this bend all the way up through here. And then in a spot here, we will be putting in our next station. So I'm just going to shove this over a little bit. Just like so. And this will be Bear Ferrers. Why was I like changing the name and the fucking total was going up? That was a bit weird. So now we're going to just continue our way along. And we are going to come all the way up. Prick. So we're also going to bridge across this bit. And also I'm just going to bridge across both of them. Just make life a little bit that easier. And now we're going to come in. And I'm going to put in the station along here. Just like this. And then we're also going to have that just come like that. But I'm also just going to rename that for the minute. And then we're going to come all the way along through here. All the way round. And up onto a bridge across here. And this here will be Coalstock Station. And then that will be the station just in there. So now all I'm going to do now is just continue up the line, which kind of does this weird little zigzaggy all the way across the place for some strange reason. Then we're going to come round and just up to our final station now, which will be located in this little gap here. And I'm just going to remove that bit. And this will be Gunners Lake Station. So now with that branch done, we're going to come all the way over to this yard station over here. And we're going to have a little branch line off from here, which will then come all the way around underneath all of that, which will then come into Coombe Station here, which is actually called Coombe Junction Halt. So this here will be the main line, which will be going along, but we just need to put that in through like that so far, and then come through along here, just like this. So along through this section, and then over here will be the next station of St. Keen Wishing Well Halt. And we're just going to have that curve like so, and then coming down through along here. So around this bend through this tiny bit again, and just in this little gap here will be our next station, but that is if the station will actually be able to be put in. And just like that, the next station of Causeland can go in, and then just quickly need to come back along here, connect that up, and then go to our next station. And this station will be called Sand Place. So we're just going to come across through along here, and this bit here will be Sand Place Station, which I will need to put just through here, like so, and that will go up through there, and then this will go down to our final station on this random little line. Just gonna bridge all the way across through here, and this just makes it so much easier just to come round and then this will come into the station just here, which I will just have to do something like this, because the station will definitely not let me put it in, so that will do just for now. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put in the branch line up to Kemble and Cheltenham, which comes off the line from Swindon. So we're just going to continue going all the way through like this. So we're just going to come through like this. So I'm going to come through along here, along through here, and I'm going to come straight up towards Kemble over here, which the station will be just in here. So we're just going to have the station tracks go through this section instead of going through wherever that was going. So now we're just going to continue our way through. And we're just going to come through this entire section here. I'm just going to come up through this bit here. And just come along through this section here to our next station of Strood, which we will not see for another while, and it will be located in this spot just here. So we're just going to put this through like this, just bridging across everything there. And then just bridging across everything here as well, because we're going to go through along this section. And then just bridge across here. And then come along there. And now we are going to our next station of Stonehouse. We'll come all the way along through here. And it'll be as soon as we start turning up. So the station will be just here. So we just link that up. So we'll tunnel underneath this road. And then this will link up to the main line here. So the next little branch line that we will have to do will be coming out from Par. So seeing as I've already messed up this little bit, I'm just going to have the line come do something like this. So we're just going to have this bridge all the way over these. And then I'm also just going to have that come through like that. So now this is going to come around like this into the middle of these. And now we're just going to currently follow along over and then continue on our own through here. And then just bridge over just like this. And coming through this bend, which will then put us through onto this bit, which will take us to our next station by coming round this bend up through here, and the station will be just here. So we'll just need to remove that quickly, connect that up, and just move this down slightly. And now we're just going to continue on. So we're going to come around into this gap here, along here, and into the next station of Bugle, just like this. And then we're going to come out of the station and go straight up like this. So now we're going to come around through this section here, and then curve back around through here into the next station of however the fuck you pronounce that. But now we're just going to come around through like this once again with the little weird curvy tracks like this. And then coming along all the way through, coming around this bend here. And up through here. and then up around through here and down and into the next station of St. Column Road, just like this. So now from here we're going to kind of bend down a little bit and come straight through across here and come through like here. I'm just going to bridge across the road there, and then the station will be Quintrell Downs just here, which is just right there. And then the next station from here will be Newquay, which will just be straight round these bends and will be all the way up here. And just like that, that line is now done too. So now we need to go from Truro, so we're just going to continue on this branch line down here, just like so. So now from here we're just going to use this bit here and come through around the top bit here and come round and then coming through into this gap and into our next station, which will actually be up here. So I'm going to put in the curved station just through here, just like that, and then heavily make it shorter, because that station should definitely not be 200 meters long, or like 278, which it was. So now we're going to come straight through and down through here, and then move our way through like here, although this bit may not work because of the river. So we're just going to bridge across all of that, and we're going to come through Burnt House here, and then through like here into the next station, and for fuck's sake, which is right here, and this one will be Penryn Station. So we're just going to connect that up, change that really quickly, and continue on. And then we're going to come around through here and around this side. So we're going to come through here, and our penultimate station will be right here, and this will be Penmere Station, and just like that. And then we're going to come round curving through all of this, and then this bit here will be the next station of Falmouth Town. So we're just going to have that go around through there. And now we're going to go to our final stop, which will be right up here, and this one will be Falmouth Docks. And now we are going to do the final branch line of the episode. So from here, what we're going to do is we are going to have a little curve from here, and it's going to come up straight through here, and then along here will be the next station of Leland Saltings. So we're going to move that back a little bit, and up here will be the next station of Leland. So we're just going to have this like this and try put it through just like that, and it will just about work. And then like that. And now from here, we're going to come around this bend and up to Carbis Bay Station, just around this corner, which will be right in this gap. So then we're going to try actually put this through like so. And now to finish off the Great Western Railway, we're going to put this through all the way around like this. And just here will be our final station for the entirety of the line. Not even the line, but the entire operator. So with St. Ives put in, that means the entirety of the GWR is complete. So now what we're going to do is we are going to build all blueprints, and the GWR is currently costing 2.7 billion in total. So without further ado, I think we should get on to doing the lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with doing the London to Cardiff line first. So we're going to zoom all the way into Paddington Station over here. So we're going to zoom all the way into Paddington over here. And we're just going to opt to use that branch. Now for this, we're going to come all the way over into Reading. And we're just going to use the Elizabeth line platform there. And we're going to come all the way into Swindon. And Bristol Parkway. Up to Newport. And into Cardiff Central here. So now we're just going to bounce this back into Newport, Bristol Parkway, Swindon, and Reading. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll it down to class 387. Out to use the 163 because we are going to try and get this as close to every hourly service. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this line and also extend it to Swansea. So we're going to go all the way over to Cardiff Central. Take it out and then put it through onto that platform. And it will call that Bridge End, Port Talbot Parkway and Swansea. And then we just come back through these stations. And then this one will also be every hour-ish. So the next one we're going to do is the Paddington to Bristol Temple Meads. Yay, fucking kill me. So come back all the way down into Paddington. I'm just going to use a different one for here. We're also going to come all the way over to Reading. Just use a different platform there as well. We will also be stopping at Didcot Parkway. And all the way down to Swindon, Chippenham, Bath Spa and Bristol Temple Meads. So I'm going to come through and basically the only platform we can go in is that one. And we're just going to bounce back down the line. Just like this. So this one will be a train every half an hour. And just like that we can get a train every half an hour. And now we're going to do London to Exeter service. So also using a separate bit out of Paddington. So we're going to use this platform because it isn't being used just yet. We're also going to be stopping at Newbury. Pewsey. Oh, what? The fuck is it doing? Aha, that's why. Fix it. Bang. Then into Westbury. Castle Kerry over here. And then Taunton. And Exeter St. David's. And we're going to come back through Taunton. And just carry up through this line. And then through Reading into Paddington. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put on the class 802. I'm going to put on 2 trains for now, and that will be a train every 2 hours going down to Exeter. So now what we're going to do is the Paddington all the way down to Penzance as well. Which we're going to use a different platform once again. Then we're going to use the same platform there. And then Taunton, Tiverton Parkway, Exeter St. David's, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Plymouth, then all the way up to Liskyard over here, Bodmin Parkway, Parr, St. Austell, Truro, Redroof, Camborne, St. Earth and Penzance. And now we're just going to bounce back up the line. And then this one will be a train every hour. So we're just going to put in 8 trains on the line, and just like that, we have a train running every hour. And now we're going to have a Paddington to Oxford service, calling at Paddington, Reading, Didcot Parkway, and Oxford. And then we're going to use that middle platform just there. And then we're going to come down this line. Just like that. So I'm going to have 2, which will be every 45 minutes, which is close enough to every hour. So now we're going to have a line going to Great Malvern. So we're also just going to use that one. I'm going to stop through Reading, Oxford, Hanborough, and basically all of the stations along this branch. Then up through Shrub Hill and Foregate Street, through Malvern Link and Great Malvern. And through Oxford, and all the way through into Reading and Paddington. So this will be a train every hour, so we're just going to put in 2 extra trains for a train every 1 hour and 14 minutes. So now I'm going to clone this line because we're also going to do an extension to Hereford. So I'm going to take out Great Malvern and take it down towards this way. And then just like this. And I'm going to put 2 trains on that line as well for a train every 2 hours. Now it is the Paddington to Cheltenham service. I'm going to use this one, going through Reading, Didcot Parkway. So we're going to come into Swindon, Kemble, Strood, Stonehouse. So now I'll put that in 2N. That should work fine. That goes into Cheltenham Spa. Then it comes back into Gloucester, uses that line, and it comes straight back out. And it comes back through Swindon, Didcot Parkway, Reading, and into Paddington. So now I'm just going to shove 2 trains on for now and just have a third one for a train every 1 hour. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a London to Didcot Parkway branch. So now I'm just going to opt for the top line, and we're going to be stopping at Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford, Reading, Tilehurst, Pangbourne, Goring and Streatley, Cholsey, and Didcot Parkway. So now we're going to shove the 387s back on. So we're going to have a train on the line every 30 minutes, so 3 trains in total. Now we're going to have a Paddington to Newbury service, starting off with a service going straight through Reading, Thiel, so that'll be there, then Thiel, Thatcham and Newbury, and then just going down this line back through Reading. I'm also just going to change the platform at Reading just like that, and then this is going to be a train every hour, so I'm just going to shove 2 trains on for every 40 minutes. And I'm going to clone the line because there is also a Reading to Newbury service. So I'm just going to do something like that and have a train singular onto it. So now what we're going to do is Newbury to Bedwyn. So we're going to put it into Newbury, Kintbury, Hungerford and Bedwyn and just go back. And I'm going to have 1 train on the line. And we're going to have Ealing to Greenford. So we're going to have West Ealing Drayton Green, Castle Park, South Greenford, and Greenford. We're just going to go back into West Ealing there. This is a train every 30 minutes, but because I'm just having one train on it, it will be every 14. And now we're going to have a Slough to Windsor service. So we'll be starting at Slough and going one stop over to Windsor and Eton Central. And then we're going to have a Maidenhead to Marlow service. So we're going to call that Maidenhead, Furs Platt, Cookham, Bourne End, then all the way over to Marlow, back to Bourne End, then Cookham, Furs Platt, and Maidenhead. So I'm also just going to have one train on that line for a train every 22 minutes. Now we're going to have a Twyford to Henley service. So I'm going to start off at Twyford and just make the way up to Henley and then back down the line into Twyford. I'm also just going to shove on one train for this branch for a train every 16 minutes. I'm also going to put in a Reading to Red Hill service using this branch here, using Wokingham, Crowthorne, Sandhurst, Blackwater, Farnborough North, North Camp, Ash, Guildford, Shalford, Chilworth, Gumshall, Dorking West and Deepdean, Betchworth, Reigate and Red Hill. And then we're just going to go down back through the line. Like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the class 165. I'm also going to put on 2 trains for the branch, and I'm also going to clone the branch so we can go to Gatwick. So we're going to start off at Reading, Wokingham, Blackwater, North Camp, Guildford, Dorking Deepdean, Reigate, Red Hill, and all the way down to Gatwick, and all the way back up to Red Hill, and then along this line, but skipping a few of the stops out. We're also going to put on 2 trains for now, which will be just under every hour. We're also going to have a Reading to Basingstoke service. So we're going to use this platform here. So about Reading West, Reading Green Park, Mortimer, Bramley and Basingstoke. And then just make our way back up the line just like so. So we're also going to use the same train, and the line will be every 30 minutes. One train will do it 37. Now there will be a service between Didcot and Oxford. So we will zoom it into here. So Didcot, Radley and Oxford. And back down through Radley. Just like that, we're going to put in just 165 for a train every 23 minutes, which is close enough to every 30. Now I'm going to move all the way over to Cardiff, because we're going to do the Portsmouth branch here. So we're going to be starting off here. I'm going to Newport, 7 Tunnel Junction, Patchway, Filton Abbey Wood. So you're going to come into 9S here. And our next station will be Bath Spa, Bradford on Avon, Trowbridge, Westbury, Dilton Marsh, Warminster, Salisbury, Romsey, Southampton Central, Fareham, Clowsham, Fratton, Portsmouth and Southsea, and Portsmouth Harbour. Then we're just going to make our way back up and tell Southampton Central, Romsey, Salisbury, Warminster, Dilton Marsh, Westbury, Trowbridge, Bradford on Avon, Bath Spa, Bristol Temple Meads, Filton Abbey Wood, Patchway, 7 Tunnel Junction, and Newport. We're going to put on 3 trains for now, and we're also going to put on an extra one for a train every 1 hour 12. We're now going to do the Cardiff to Penzance. So I'm going to use that platform. Just like the same, Newport and 7 Tunnel Junction. Patchway, Filton Abbey Wood. Through into Bristol Temple Meads. Nelson Backwell. Yatton. Well and Weston-super-Mare. Highbridge and Burnham. Bridgewater. Taunton. Tiverton Parkway. Exeter St David's. Dawlish. Tynemouth Newton Abbot. Totnes. Ivy Bridge and Plymouth. Devonport Dockyard, basically all of these around here. And Ferry Road. Saltash. St Germans. And then all of these stations all the way down here to the end of the line. And now we're just going to go all the way back up the line to Cardiff Central. Then 7 Junction and Newport. I'm going to shove on 3 trains for now. And an extra 5 for a train every 1 hour 3 minutes. And just like the last one, this one will be Cardiff to Taunton. So Newport, 7 Tunnel Junction. Patchway, Filton Abbey Wood. Bristol Temple Meads. Nailsea. Yatton. Well. Weston-super-Mare. Highbridge and Burnham. Bridgewater and Taunton. Then we're just going to quickly go up the line, considering this one isn't as far. Then Filton Abbey Wood, Patchway, 7 Tunnel Junction and Newport. And then I'm going to shove on 1 train, and that will be close enough to 2 hours as I need. So now we're going to do the Western to 7 Beach branch. Starting with Weston-super-Mare, Weston and Milton. And basically all of these train lines up here. So Parsons Street, Bedminster, Bristol Temple Meads, Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road. And down the branch line here, all the way down to 7 Beach. And then it goes back on itself through Bristol, and Bedminster, Parsons Street, and just along these couple to Weston-super-Mare. And I'm going to put on the 166, and 1 train will do the line just perfectly. Now this one will be Bristol to Avonmouth. So I'm going to start off with that platform, Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road, and we're just going to come down this branch here out to Avonmouth, and then just move our way back down, and 1 train will do as well. And this one will be Bristol to Filton, so just going to use that branch, that platform for now, and just go up just a couple stops and then back down. Just going to use the same train there, 3rd train every 15 minutes. So now we're going to do the Gloucester to Westbury. So I'm going to go up to Gloucester. I'm going to come down to Yates, Bristol Parkway, Filton Abbey Wood, Bristol Temple Meads, Keynsham, Oldfield Park, Bath Spa. You're going to come down this line and stop at all of these stops along here. Then come into Westbury and go back on itself. Then up to Yate, and that will go all the way up to Gloucester. And we'll go back onto the 165s. Put on 1 train, because this train will be 1 every 2 hours. I'm also going to Clonus line, because this one will go to Weybridge as well. So go all the way down to Westbury, remove it, put it down south. So then from Bruton, Castle Carry, Yeovil, and just all of these stations along down here towards Weybridge. And then just pretty much quickly back up that line. And then just like that, I'm also going to put on a 1 train. And an extra one for a train every 2.5 hours. So now we're going to do the Worcester to Bristol. We're going to come all the way up to Foregate Street. And then come along all the way down to Ashchurch, Cheltenham Spa, Gloucester, Cam and Dursley, Yate, Bristol Parkway, Filton Abbey Wood, and finally Bristol Temple Meads. And then up to Filton, Bristol Parkway, Yate, and then up this branch up to Gloucester to come back out, up to Ashchurch and back to Shrub Hill. So now here I'm going to go back to the Class 800. I'm going to have 2 trains on a branch for a train every 1 hour 7 minutes. And now we're going to have a Bristol to Salisbury branch. So we're going to use 10N here and come through Keynsham, Oldfield Park, Bath Spa, Freshford, Avon-Cliff, Bradford on Avon, Trowbridge, Warminster, and Salisbury. So now we're going to reverse back out and go all the way up, skipping those couple stops and then stopping at all of these. So I'm going to put on a 1 just for now and just another one to make it every 50 minutes. So now we can do the Swindon to Westbridge service. So starting at Swindon, go all the way to Chippenham, Melksham, Trowbridge and Westbury. And then just going back up the line. So now we're going to go back to the 166 class. And just put in a 1 train, which will be a train every hour, even though it's meant to be a train every 2. So now I'm also going to do the Cardiff to Portsmouth via Eastleigh branch. So we're going to go all the way back over here and go through all of these. So Filton Abbey Wood, Bristol Temple Meads, Bath Spa, Bradford on Avon, Trowbridge, Westbury, Dilton Marsh, Warminster, Salisbury, Romsey, Chandlersford, Eastleigh, and then basically all the way along these stations, and then coming all around non-stop to Portsmouth Harbour, Filton Abbey Wood, Newport, and into Cardiff. So now I'm going to use a class 387 for the branch, and I'm also going to put in 4 extras for a train every 56 minutes. So now quickly I'm going to put in the Swansea to Carmarthen branch. So starting off at Swansea and just coming quickly along these couple of stations. And then going back down, I'm just going to quickly put the 166 on here, and I'm going to put on 1 train for train every 52 minutes. So now it's time to do the Plymouth to Penzance line. So starting all the way down at Plymouth, Saltash, St Germans, Liskeard, Bodmin Parkway, and just a couple of these. And then just all the remaining stations along here. And then going back up the line. So I'm going to put on a class 350 for this one. I'm going to have 2 trains on it for a train every 1 hour 24 minutes. Now I'm going to have the Exmouth to Paignton branch, starting all the way down here. And I'm just going to stop at all of the stations along this section. So going into Exeter St David's, so St Thomas, Marsh Barton, Starcross, Dawlish Warren, and basically just all of these stations going all the way down to Paignton. So now I'm going to have this come up through Exeter St David's, through Exeter Central, and straight through like this. So now I'm going to go back up and use the class 152 and have 4 trains on the service to make it every half an hour. So now we're going to have Exeter Central to Oakhampton, starting off all the way up here. We're going to come through Exeter St David's and just come through all of these stops to Oakhampton, and then back down through. So now I'm going to have 1 train on the line, which is close enough to every hour. And I'm going to have the Barnstaple branch as well from Exeter Central, which will use the same route from here, but continue up this branch fully, going all the way up to Barnstaple. And then that goes into Barnstaple and then goes back all the way down the line. Then through down and into Exeter Central, I'm going to put on 2 trains, which is every 56 minutes, which is close enough to every hour. Now we're going to have the Plymouth to Gunnerslake branch on. So starting that off at Plymouth, Devonport Dockyard, Keyham, Victoria Road, going all the way up to Beer Alston, and then all the way back up, and then all the way flying down the line through here. This will be a train every 2 hours, but because with 1 train it is every hour. Now I'm going to do the Liskeard to Loo branch, starting all the way up here, and bumping down to Coombe Junction, and then all the way down to Loo, and then all the way back up. Also just going to have 1 train on this branch. It is going to be a train every hour, but it will be a train every half an hour. This one will be Par to Newquay. So we're going to start off at that platform at Par, and we will continue going all the way across to Newquay, and then bouncing back and putting it back into Par. This is a train every 2 hours, but it will be a train every hour. The next one will be Truro to Falmouth. We will start off all the way up here, and then going through down here. This branch is a train every half an hour, and it will be every 37 minutes. And then this one will be St. Earth to St. Ives, and it will just be consisting of this bit here. So we're also going to put in 1 train for that. It's going to be every half an hour, but it will be every 19 minutes. So I'm just going to make sure every single one of my services are on passenger service, including these 2 down here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate a full 24 hours to see how much money the GWR makes in a single day. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add up every single branch and how much money they have made. So the Bristol to Avonmouth have made 430,000. Bristol to Filton has made 300,000. Bristol to Salisbury has made 420,000. Cardiff to Penzance has made 2.2 million. Cardiff to Portsmouth via Eastleigh has made 1.2 million. Cardiff to Portsmouth has made just over a million. Cardiff to Taunton has made 200,000. Didcot to Oxford has made just over 100,000. Ealing to Greenford has made 400,000. Exeter Central to Barnstable has made 200,000. And then the Oakhampton branch has made 85,000. Exmouth to Paignton has made 1.1 million. Gloucester to Westbury has made 168,000. Gloucester to Bridge has made 625,000. London to Bristol has made 2 million. Cardiff has made 280,000. Cheltenham has made 800,000. Didcot Parkway has made 500,000. So has the Exeter branch. Great Malvern has made 1.1 million. The Hereford branch made 700,000. The Newbury branch made 62. Oxford made 681,093. Penzance just makes over 3 million. Swansea makes 1,243,000. The Lydiard bit just made under 45,000. Maidenhead to Marlow makes 260k. Newbury makes 66,000. Parr makes 158,000. Plymouth to Gunnerslink makes 232,000. Plymouth to Penzance makes 352,000. Reading to Basingstoke makes 200,000. Reading to Gatwick makes 400,000. Newbury makes 167,000. Redhill makes 793,000. The Slough branch makes 119,000. St Earth makes 71,000. The Carmarthen branch makes 138,000. Swindon to Westbury makes 290,874. The Truro branch makes 201,000. Then the Twyford branch makes 130,000. The Weston-super-Mare to Severn Beach makes 436,000. The Worcester to Bristol makes 422,808, which means the GWR has made 24,229,428. Anyways, that is it for the GWR, costing 2.8 billion, making 24 million in its first 24 hours, which is the second most expensive behind the cross country and the most in a single day. Next episode will be the Greater Anglia, so I will see you then.